So this is a top 25 big board in 5 minutes. So just missing this list is Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, Colston Loveland out of Michigan, Derek Harmon out of Oregon, Cam Ward out of Miami, and Maxwell Hairston out of Kentucky. There are no quarterbacks on this top 25. So number 25, Mike Green, Marshall, my edge seven. Strength, I view as violent mobility, very good ankle and hip mobility, very violent edge rusher. Nicky Manwari, safety out of South Carolina. He's got the range, got great hands, got great wingspan. Run support is his big issue. Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle number three, absorbs double teams really well. Did that very well at Michigan, did that very well in the national championship team. His first step quicks, though, is not where you want it to be, but he definitely has the upside of being a very productive pass rusher in the league. Malachi Starks out of Georgia, my safety two, deep coverage. He's great on those deep routes, absolutely phenomenal. He does struggle tackling specifically the running backs. Some of these weaknesses I will admit are a little nitpicky, but these are just things I've noticed on film and whatnot. Coming in at 21, we got Jahad Campbell, outside linebacker number one. He works sideline to sideline really well. He's a great tackler out in space, but his instincts are not 100% where they want him to be. Like he works the sideline to sideline like Luke Kuechly, but he doesn't have the instincts of Luke Kuechly. So he has upside. Like the instincts, unfortunately, they can't be taught. So that's why he's a little bit further down than most people. James Pierce Jr., again, he still has the character concerns. He's edge six for me. Explosiveness, hip mobility, and then he's got a kind of skinnier, smaller frame. Mecca Buka out of Ohio State, wide receiver two. Route versatility. He can run any route you ask him to. Any single route in the tree, he can run it, and I think he can beat pretty much every coverage. Maybe he'll struggle a little against press, but I don't see that being too much of an issue. Again, strength being his weakness. He's just a smaller dude. Landon Jackson, edge number five, explosiveness, and then he'll get off balance a couple times in a couple rushes here and there. He won't be a three down edge rusher, but he will be a monster when he is on the field. Josh Simmons, offensive tackle number three. Footwork is one of his strengths. And then going into strength, how strong is he going to be after his injury? Wide receiver one, Tet McMillan, he's 6'5". That's one of his big strengths, but he also produced a lot. Press coverage, releasing in press coverage is just like he's 6'5". He should be able to just bowl over a dude. Will Johnson, quarterback three out of Michigan. He has the best instincts of anybody in this draft, but is that injury going to affect him a lot? He had an unbelievable nose for the football in that national championship season for Michigan. Tyler Warren, tight end one out of Penn State. Hands in the catching and blocking game, unbelievable. Vertical routes, he doesn't have enough speed, I don't think. Walter Nolan out of Mississippi, defensive tackle number two. Twitch, and then just overall extension, just getting his hands out into the offensive line or offensive lineman. Jade Barron, cornerback two or safety number one out of Texas. Route redirection is his specialty. He will throw off opposing receivers with ease. Now he doesn't have the arm length, but he does use his hands. Like he's got instincts like Will Johnson. They're slightly worse, but again, that's not a knock on him. He will throw a guy off a route, definitely force a quarterback to make a decision that he doesn't want to make. Omar Hampton, RB2, hands just overall carrying the ball, catching the ball. He's got that elusiveness. I'd like to see a little bit more working on the feet with Tyler Booker, lateral quickness, and he's got the strength. He's an absolute monster in the weight room. He's my interior offensive line number one and my number 10 prospect overall. And number nine, Jalen Walker, the edge out of Georgia. Number four, edge overall. Footwork doesn't need a lot of work. He's very sound in the footwork department, but his hand placement is very raw. His production wasn't 100% there. Same with Shamar Stewart. They're kind of both in that same tier of prospect. Production wasn't necessarily there, but they do have the intangibles, they do have the skill set to produce at the NFL level. Will Campbell at number 7, pass blocking, didn't he doesn't really have a lot of bad snaps on film. He just doesn't have a lot of oh my word, unbelievable snaps at tackle. Arm length concern there. You could kick him inside the guard, not a problem. Same kind of with Membu, but he's better, much, much, much better in the run game. I really like him a lot. He's going to be a monster at the next level. If he goes to New York or something, Brees Hall's going to go for 1,000 yards. Edge number 2, Michael Williams, my number 5 prospect overall. Bull rush, just an absolute monster there. He's also pretty raw as well, so his finesse moves aren't as good as some of the other guys in this class. For Mason Graham, DT1, run stopping, awesome. He doesn't have a weakness. Ashton Shanti, again, doesn't have a weakness. Competition. His vision is unbelievable. Like, he'll bounce off attack. You'll try and tackle him, he'll bounce right off you. Travis Hunter, two-way stud. Again, competition. There's a slight injury with Abdul Carter. We'll see. And then overall athleticism. Dude's his RAS is probably gonna test like 998 or 999, something like that. Edge one. I want to see. I can't wait to see this dude's explosiveness numbers. So yeah, that's my top 25. Top 50 will definitely be in the cards. Top 100, you'll see probably a week before the draft. So yeah, this is getting exciting. We're getting into the nitty gritty here. It's exciting.